The weather has been great almost every day for the past few weeks. It's not all bad, we have passed the statistically most depressing period of the year and the days are now getting longer. The trees have the beginnings of leaf buds, and I like to monitor their progress out the window. A couple of days ago, the overcast weather finally broke and I decided to go on a cycle around Pollock Park. I saw some Highland cows. I also saw a tweet this week about an Amazon van that followed its sat-nav into the sea, and it reminded me of when I was an Amazon driver in West Yorkshire. I was following my sat-nav down a farm track. It's not unusual to go down some agricultural roads when delivering to people who live on farms. It would always be Amazon Fresh, which was groceries, because they live so far away from normal shops. I was delivering to this place and the sat-nav was showing this road that was slowly becoming less like road and more like mud, until I decided that it was no longer road at all and I should turn around. It's important to note, Amazon's proprietary sat-nav was terrible at rerouting, so it's not something I was keen on. When I went to do a 3-point turn, my front wheels dug into the mud and then so did my back wheels and I was stuck. I waited for a while, panicking, until the farmer found me and towed me out. So when I saw the story about the Amazon driver who literally drove into the sea, I did feel quite sorry for him. On the way to the park I stopped at Lidl to get some food in a bottle, and then I realised I forgot the code to my bike lock. When I was a bus driver I used to take this bike to work. I made the code my work login so I wouldn't forget it, but I left that job in December and I literally deleted the code from my entire memory, so this is the first time using the bike lock since then, and I'd completely forgotten it. Thankfully though, it's possible to break these kinds of locks without the code. One thing that pisses me off about bike lock code cracking videos is that they always start off with a perfectly oiled and easy to access lock. My lock was completely bound up, turning one chamber would turn the others and it was impossible to feel for the grooves. Not to mention it was awkwardly attached to my bike. I envisioned taking it to a bike shop or Timpson's and asking if they could saw my bike lock off, where they would immediately press a button and call the police on me for trying to steal someone's bike. After resolving instead to go to the shop and obtain a new vape pod, banana ice, and a fresh canister of WD-40, I set to work again. With further research I came across the indirect method, where you feel for the number that makes the next wheel harder to turn with tension applied. Thankfully I knew the code would start with 04, leaving only a possible 1000 combinations. Success.
Hey.
This is a simple lunar lander game that was made in Pico 8. I followed a tutorial on a zine to make it. It's called Scottish Lander. By the way, I call zines zines. I would say a zine. I followed a tutorial in a zine to make it. This is my announcement that I'm making a new Strand type game based on the premise of the Scottish Lander. These are some pictures from my holiday to Guangzhou, China. The atmosphere in China is hopeful, and that is the message I want to convey with this game. This is the demo that I've currently got working for my new game called Patra. In a rather tongue-in-cheek way, I'm calling it a Strand type game because, like Death Stranding, I wish to connect people together. There is no combat system in this game. It is basically a copy of Atari's Lunar Lander game from 1979. My game will differ to the Atari's Lunar Lander because mine will have a story with branching dialogue options based a little bit on Disco Elysium's dialogue system, which you can see here. The real meat of the game will be played out in the story, sort of like a visual novel I suppose. It's set to be a relatively short experience, but one that should be fun. So that's the vlog. Watch this space and thanks for watching.